Big man,
Oh, bro.
we're
Hi
doing it
there.
again.
Yeah, we're doing it.
It's another hour. It's another time. It's another moment on Finance Media Lifestyle. So if you're just joining us, this is Finance Media Lifestyle, and this is how we do it. This is what we do. We talk about business. We talk about how to expand your business, tips on how to grow your business, and ideas around
Yeah,
businesses.
that's it. That's what we do here. We talk about business tips,
Yes,
structures,
exactly.
and policies you can use to affect your business and upskill how you can upscale the optimization of your business.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Just like we already said, the idea is business. We
Okay.
give massive tips out here, and not just business. We're talking about lifestyle. We're talking about the media presence and everything. And last week, just like you rightly said, we are talking about change. Yeah, you wanted to say something.
You know, we're talking about change, talking about how you can effect some kind of structural change.
Exactly.
in
On your
way of
business. Exactly.
You know, I got a call from a client, and unfortunately, he was trying to tell me that he was listening to the program.
Okay.
And there's something going on in his way. He put out his invoice.
Okay.
You get my point? But all of a sudden, he just decided to say, okay, this time around, I want to dedicate this day to check the documentations myself.
Okay, that's cool.
Of
We
these
talk about
invoices.
checking your documentation last week.
You know, and when he was doing it, he discovered that there are some places he has made errors in applying the VAT.
Wow.
He also apply.
Wow.
You get my point.
Okay.
And when we talked about this, you just had to make rectifications.
Exactly.
And make things right.
Exactly.
So, you know, sometimes you might think everything is just said.
Yeah,
but
it's settled.
Yeah, but you just have to recheck.
Exactly.
You have to just give it a check up again and work with your skeptical mind.
Exactly.
And don't just feel like, okay, everything is okay.
Yeah, that means you have to always double check. You have to always double check. Exactly. So, okay, yeah, that's a new power of change though. But today we're having a very, very dynamic conversation. Okay. We're having a very dynamic conversation today, guys. And this conversation I want to have, it's massive, right? It's opportunities. Okay. It's about getting opportunities and creating opportunities. Getting opportunities and creating opportunities, they look so similar. In fact, you can say probably they are similar, but there's always a different route to it. Okay. So, yeah, that is what we want to look at. And, I will say, what do you think? Like, what do you think?
You know, to me, you know, when you say
opportunities
and getting opportunities, creating opportunities.
Exactly.
They are both intertwined, but in as much as they are intertwined, they have their differences. You know, creating opportunities can come about being consistent. You know, when you're consistent, you get to be visible. And when you're visible, opportunity comes out from visibility. Visibility creates opportunities. So, you know, getting opportunities now is talking about you seizing the moment. You see it, you spot it, and you seize it. You let go. You don't let it go off you. Like, you just grab it. You seize the opportunity. You see it. You just go for it. You seize the moment and you take the opportunity.
Exactly.
So, you know, creating opportunities, again, most people might think that creating opportunities talks about money, relates to money. Not everything. I could remember there was a time I went for a seminar.
Okay.
You get my point. So that seminar, I've been trying to go for it for a very long time.
Okay.
So because I work remotely sometimes and some days I work in office.
Yeah, exactly.
So I work remotely.
Yeah.
So on the day I was free, I went for that seminar. And would you believe that seminar is talking about leadership and agricultural infrastructure?
Okay.
How to put it
right.
Yeah, how to put it right in Pan-African way. Do you get my point? So I met a long-time friend of mine that we both did a professional exam together.
Okay.
Do you get my point?
Yeah.
And we took lectures. I met him and we talked about it. It was in the agricultural sector. Did you know that this event I went to created an opportunity for me because it created a relationship.
Exactly.
And that relationship later got me a gig. I don't maybe get my point.
Yeah, of course, I do get your point. So which means in terms of creating opportunities, you have to make move in terms of creating opportunities.
Yeah.
Would you say getting opportunities, you don't need to create any move, or you've already created moves already that those opportunities are now coming through? So like something like paying your dues or stuff like that.
You know, when you say like getting opportunities, you already created the opportunities already? Like, is there like the atmosphere is there for you that the opportunities has been
it's just like you just came into the opportunity. Okay, like if you remember, there was this time this thing was trending on Twitter, this Nepo and Lapo baby and stuff like that. And the Lapo baby was of the opinion that, okay, you know what, we actually fight our way through. We create our own opportunities. Why I think the Nepo babies were like, okay, no, we too, although we get this opportunity, we also have to put in the work. I don't know whether you heard that.
I could remember
so
that's
what I'm saying.
Remember that time.
Yeah.
Well, to me, creating opportunities and getting opportunities, they might be similar, but they are different. Creating definitely. Opportunities just have to do with consistency. Because when you're consistent, you get to be visible.
Okay.
When you're visible, then opportunity comes from you.
Okay.
When getting opportunities now, okay, take for instance, let's say an entrepreneur that is into fashion designing decided to go into alternate lesson for students, be it online, put it there. This kind of a thing now can hand you a gig that you didn't even expect. It's going to open a good door for free will, because right now you're giving value to the society, and when you give value opens doors you don't even know that existed.
Exactly.
That's what value does. When you give value, it opens doors you don't know that existed. So getting opportunities is by what are you giving to the society? Are you giving values back to the society? Creating opportunities, like how consistent are you in your craft? How far are you going with your craft without backing down? How far do you go in it?
Okay, so now you just said something about value, okay, that getting opportunities has to build majorly down on what value are you creating in the society. Okay, so literally, what would you now say to most of those people that feel like, okay, most of these business guys, okay, that feel like, okay, this guy is successful in this business because his father is this, his father is that. Let's take Paraventure. You heard the old news. It was also trending on Twitter and some other social platforms on Femi Otedola. And just shout out to Femi Otedola. He just released this book out there and it's powerful. And this was another reason that actually led to the whole Lapo and Nepo baby stuff, and it was really trendy and it was wide. But so far so good. The book has been like inspiring to a lot of people. But what would you have to say about that?
If it's that when you're telling me that he said his father helped him with
exactly
a couple of dollars,
exactly,
so
like $250,000
yeah,
his business. I actually meant to say pounds, not dollars. Yeah, pounds.
So you can't compare the two together. It's going to be different, of course, because someone who has £250,000 for his support to someone who has 200, and like, how do you that you're starting from the scratch? Do you have the $250,000 as a capital?
Yeah, you can't compare them, but like from what we said initially, following by what we said, people have done the work, and even if he's starting from £250,000, like for what me, I think he still needed to put a lot of work as well.
When you say, you're putting a lot of work, both are putting a lot of work in it.
Exactly.
Do you get my point? But he's talking about creating opportunities and getting opportunities. He got the opportunity that, okay, who his father was, £250,000. And someone, I'm just saying.
I just want to quickly say this thing. I know a lot of people right now, like, you'll be saying, hey, you, come on, what are you saying? Like, £250,000, you know what I'll do with £250,000?
Yeah, you know, so there will be difference with it now. So you that are coming, someone that will be giving it to him at first. Do you have that mentality to manage that money? Can your mind capture it?
Exactly.
Can your mind grab that huge funds to know that, okay, you won't turn it to mismanagement of funds?
Exactly. That was what I just wanted to say. I wanted to say, but there are a lot of people that they've also given platforms like this and they fumbled it.
Of course.
So that's where you still don't take away the input. Just like what you said, the capacity, the mindset. Do you have what it takes to be able to transfer that particular figure that was given to you and change it to something
tangible, something massive, for you to be able to use, something what's reproductive in future.
Exactly.
So, a lot of people just still thinks that, creating opportunities and getting opportunities comes with a kind of a favor.
Okay.
Things like that.
Okay. I want to ask you a question. Okay. Like for me, I know how tight it can be, especially when you're trying to create opportunities and it just feels like it's not working. Okay. And it just feels like it's so difficult to break through and stuff like that. Now, what I want to ask is this. I want to ask, like, what do you think, what do you think that process of trying to create opportunities and it feels so hard to just break through because everything you see me keep on trying for that your business to scale.
On this note you're saying now, on this note you're talking about now is, sometimes when opportunity comes out, a business might be on a maturity stage. Then from that maturity stage, the kind of opportunities that occurs on the maturity stage is going to be different from the one that will occur on the inclining stage.
Definitely.
And the one inclining stage is kind of different from the one that will put you on that your peak stage and you're going to be relevant, for a amount of period of time.
Exactly.
So, creating, if I get you correctly, you're saying that thing that puts you.
No, like the thing is, right? What I'm trying to ask is during that process, trying to get, you keep on trying and it just feels like those opportunities are not aligning with you.
It's more like a scenario. Like I wouldn't call it a scenario. It's a gig like I've been pursuing for a very long time. A financial gig.
Yeah.
I kept on pressing, I kept on pushing on it. I didn't back down though.
Yeah.
It's not like it's there yet. But then each time I keep pushing on it, I keep pressing on it. I'm getting something. Then it occurs to me that, when you're putting on to create opportunities, sometimes opportunities are created for learning.
Exactly.
You create opportunities for learning. You create opportunities for relationship build. Those relationships, you don't know what it will yield. These are goodwills and patent rights that you might even enjoy in the future.
Exactly.
That money won't even get it for you. And if I get it right as well,
yes.
You also agree with me that sometimes not everything goes just easy. You just have to keep doing what you want to. You want to
do. I totally understand. Yeah. Like I totally agree with you, especially where you made measure of opportunities. Creating opportunities doesn't necessarily mean that particular thing you are going for, you've gotten it. Like I remember vividly. Okay, I traveled and I had this particular project that I wanted to do. Okay, I have a project I wanted to do in Benin, so I actually traveled to Benin and we're there, and I was pushing for that project. Okay, we've already done all the necessary documentations.
Okay,
and we were at the final stage. Okay, we've agreed everything it's cool, and we're just waiting to start execution of the project. We've called all the necessary stakeholders we needed to call all the way down from Lagos. So we are ready. And on just the time we were ready to say, okay, let's do this, the whole thing was cut off. It was crazy. Like, wow, it was crazy. I was like, that also boils down to the uncertainty of doing business in Nigeria as well. Okay. These things happen to a lot of businesses. Yes, we didn't get it. We didn't finally execute that project. But during the stages we followed, the first stage, the first introduction stage and everything, to the second stage, before we needed to go into production on proper, I had already made so much opportunities within that period of time that subsequent projects we had to align together with those set of relationships.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That consistency, opportunities created now that you're creating is not necessarily coming with only money.
Yes,
you get my point. You might invest money and get learning.
Yes.
Everyone is in learning business.
Yes.
No one knows it all. I do say that.
Exactly.
You might invest money and get learning, but though you want to invest money and get more money, of course that is what everyone wants. But sometimes you invest money, you get learning. You invest money, you get relationship that would yield, that will yield better results in the future. So, opportunities created, to me is something that you just have to do it by yourself.
Now
you have to give it done. You have to get it done, because
definitely.
I do say the sky is too wild for every bird to fly.
So
of course, you
that
can't forget the gatekeepers of the industry, and that's where the opportunities given comes in. The gatekeepers of the industries, of which industries are there, they are very important. You make reference to them. You depend on the one you follow in the terms of leadership that you want to be like the kind of person you
like
you
you want to
imitate.
master your craft to
You
stuff
come
like
out
that.
with someone that you want to act like. You
Exactly.
get my point in terms of leadership, in terms of handling businesses. So they are gatekeepers. We have them in finance business. We have them in the
In
agricultural
every
world.
aspect.
We have them in media firm. We have them in every aspect.
Exactly.
So it depends on the one you're going on with.
All right. Okay, I agree. Okay. Jumping in now. Okay, we've just talked about creating opportunities. How I think that is where you build stamina for business. You know, creating opportunities is never going to be easy. You know, and I feel like those period of time where you feel like, okay, I'm putting in this, those are where you build your muscles. Those are where you just like what you rightly said, relationship and all. Those are where you thrive. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But we've talked about that, you know, and that seems to be okay. It's not easy to create the opportunities, but getting that opportunities would be nice.
It would be nice. Everyone wants to get the opportunity, right? Everybody just wants to get it at the platter, at the way they want it. But you know, sometimes you have to create your own opportunities, and when you're creating it, you get some kind of learning.
Yes.
And some opportunities you have even created will give you will give you your own kind, will get you your space to be given the opportunity to perform. People might think it's getting opportunities also just boils down to the, like I said earlier, to the money part. But it's not only to the money part.
Yeah,
you know, this him getting this 250,000 pounds now. You might think it's only 250,000 pounds you get. But he also got some other probably relationship connections.
Exactly.
Some things to uphold him.
Exactly.
In some ways where money would, rather than using money, the goodwill and the patent right that has been created over the years, to solve it out.
Which also boils down to this particular conversation that I want us to have. And like I said, we've talked about creating opportunities earlier before we went for the break. And now we're talking about getting opportunities, you know. And, you know, when we talk about getting opportunities, like initially I talked about the whole Lapo and Nepo baby stuff. Now, when it comes about to getting opportunities, you can say, wow, man, I really want to be getting opportunities. You know, I want to have the opportunities to know that, okay, this thing is already sorted, that I can just go in there and enjoy it. But looking at this thing properly, even if you're saying, oh, there are these certain demographics that actually enjoy this patronage that I don't enjoy. If you still look at wherever basis you are, you're still getting opportunities. No matter how small, it's just that the capacity is different.
Some people tend to do, like, okay, take for instance now, what is that particular thing, you know, that you've done that has created an opportunity for you to get a big gig? You know, you might think it's not relevant, but what's that just small thing one time like that? You can just sit back and check. What's that thing I did? What's that thing that you did that, you know, created a big opportunity for you?
That relationship,
you know, a big opportunity for you to just for your gig. Do you get my point? So when you see these things, it's time. It tends to ignites you. It tends to keep up with your how you want to be consistent in it. You know, creating your opportunities now is you are consistent in your visibility. You're consistent in showing effort, in showing that, okay, yeah, sometimes being present and curious helps a lot in creating opportunities.
Of course.
So because when you're present, when you're there at the right time, you're curious, you want to know more about the thing. So opportunities being created tend to be value given.
Here's the thing, for me, I feel like getting opportunities, right? It's just like what we said. We said creating opportunities, getting opportunities, both of them work hand to hand. Although it might not seem so, but it does. Now, why do I say this? You're getting opportunities, right? Sometimes you've already done the creation. It probably might not be you that did the creation. It probably might be your father. probably might be your forefather that have done this particular creation.
Enjoying the goodwill of the family.
And now you're enjoying the goodwill of the family, okay, over the years. Now, you enjoying the goodwill of the family, it's a good thing. But a work was done, a creation was done. Do you understand? So the same thing with you. Even if you feel like, okay, I'm not getting enough. Come on, this guy is having it easy now. Is it not because it's this, or is it not because it's that? You also have also benefited. You might not be benefiting in the same scale. I don't know whether you should understand. You've also benefited from some particular relationship at that moment in time, maybe that your environment you have been able to create, and it's just that the scale of the beneficiary now is different. Okay.
Yeah, creating opportunities can come in your way of either.
No. We've talked about that, creating opportunities. Okay. What I'm talking about, we're talking about getting opportunities.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about. Like creating opportunities. Yeah, we know you need to put in the work. You need to, to be able to get those opportunities. Okay. Good. Now we're talking about people getting those opportunities. Like, this whole perception that, you didn't really merit it. It's because this, it's because that. So I'm of the opinion that, yeah, I understand that's real. But at the same time, no matter on which level, you are also benefiting. You are also getting opportunities. But it's just on a different scale. Do you understand? It's just on a different scale.
On different scale, on
how we get those opportunities. But there has already been a creation of those opportunities. Whether it was done by your parents, whether it was done by your
that's what I want to say, that getting opportunities now as well can tend to be you being innovative on what has been created.
Exactly.
Do you get my point? Trying to make an expansion occur in what has been created from the foundational background of things created. Be it in finance, be it in your business, be it in structures, be it in politics, be it in business tips and things you do. Back to back of things you do. You will just, you want to make expansion on what has been created. So you saying that it comes in like you see, so you're telling me that there are favors to this getting opportunities.
It's favor, kind of. Okay, let me make an example. Like, for example, okay, today my broker, okay, and he's a good guy. We've been working over for like 3 good years. Very fantastic guy. He knows what he's doing. He's top notch. Okay, and I've been working with him, and we've been doing this, and everything has been turning out pretty cool. Okay, and now this is James, my guy, and now he wants to go into this thing. Like, okay, I need a good broker. How do I go about it and everything? And I just tell him that, okay, meet Tunde, my guy. Tunde, this is my guy, James. Tunde, please help James out. Okay. Now, at that moment in time, that's an opportunity James just got from me without really putting in a lot of work. I don't know if you understand. He didn't really put in a lot of work, but he was able to get that opportunity due to the relationship. So that's what I was trying to say. Now, due to the relationship, and simultaneously as well, I can literally send someone on behalf of myself to James as well to say, okay, James, link this my guy up. So these are some of the opportunities. So this is what I'm saying. So we're talking about the rich having the opportunity, like we just made mention of Otto Dolada with the £250,000. Okay, now, wow, it's big. And you'll say, oh, this guy have this opportunity. That's the reason why. Okay, now you're not really looking at most of the. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say. So, but even you yourself, in your level, are you get what I'm trying to say? In whatever level you find yourself, you've also based on relationship. You've also worked on relationship. So, a total getting that $250,000, maybe over the years, over the time, he capitalized on those opportunities. Not he himself didn't work it out. Maybe his parent did. Okay. Like his father was once a governor of Lagos State. So, do you understand? So those works is there. So he just continued from where they stopped to continue building the legacy. But for you to feel like maybe the person is not really putting in, he's putting a lot of tons of work. He's putting a lot of tons of work. It's just, for me, I feel it's more just about the structure. Of course, you can't compare. Wow, who wouldn't want to kick off career with a $250,000.
Of course, you can't do that comparison. Someone coming so you can't do that comparison easily that much.
Okay.
But I wouldn't agree totally you saying that it's not like, if you're present, when it comes to getting opportunities, when you're present, it matters. Okay, look, for example, now I met a client some months ago, a few months ago, and we were talking, and he told me that actually he loves going to these seminars. I met him. I was on my way to I was on my way out of Lagos when I met him. So he said he loves going to these seminars, and I said why? He said there was a mail that he almost abandoned that mail, but he just checked into that mail and he saw that, okay, this mail, let me just see this seminar. What is this seminar about? Let me attend it. And all of a sudden, he got an angel investor that believes in his idea, that pours his money into his business. So that kind of a person now, he saw the opportunity, he capitalized on it. He could have neglected it. The opportunity was there, he got it. Average Nigerians get these things from their banks. Most of them don't know that.
Exactly.
These bank seminars, mails you get, you have to go there. You want to sell out your product. And these are opportunities for you to sell out your product, to put your value out there.
That's true. Now, okay, I just want to jump in a little bit, okay? Here's the truth, okay? For me, I know it's not really easy, okay? Like getting to create opportunities. But like what we said earlier, we said that is where the muscle building comes in from. Sometimes there are some doors you just want to go in. We have gatekeepers there, and before you can go through the gatekeepers and so forth, so on, it slows down your momentum and things like that. It's really hard. It's really hard, but just like you said, consistency is the key. Okay? Now, let me tell you why I want to say this. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and he told me something. He said, when we're growing up, everybody has a lot of ideas. I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this. And as you're growing up, you start, falling them off gradually.
Putting them in place.
Exactly. Then at a time, especially in Nigeria, and especially maybe you've chosen the entrepreneurial path. Okay? You've chosen the entrepreneurial path and say, okay, I want to go into entrepreneur. There's this tendency of wanting to do multiple things. And say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this.
You want to multitask.
Yes, you want to multitask. You want to make sure that everything is aligned. I'm getting your stream of thinking a lot of, and sometimes we feel like we are still in the process. So because we feel like we are still in the process, we don't understand that, hey, we've finally arrived at the destination. It's time to finally arrive at the destination. Okay, I think I want to go into filmmaking properly. I think I want to go into finance properly and follow up with that finance and look at the opportunities. I don't know whether you get what I'm trying to say. That are there, and look for how you can get access to that opportunities.
Yeah, of course, in everything you do, you need to have an insight. You need to look into things you do back to back and how you put them and how you put things in place. Because if you're doing things, getting opportunities, having sure that, okay, the value you give to the society, you're getting back that value. That value could come in terms of referrals. It could come in terms of learning referrals, or some kind of a goodwill that will pave way for you when you don't even know when. In the future. So to me, and creating that opportunities and doing what you have to do, you just have to keep being consistent. You have to be consistent and you have to be innovative. I think I could listen to, there was a time a footballer in Nigeria, an African footballer, once said, I know some of his mates that missed a lot of opportunities from foreign clubs because they couldn't even attend a mail. They couldn't even respond to a mail.
Yes.
They don't even have an email. You're a footballer, you don't even have an official mail to brand yourself.
Thank you very much. That. You're so correct. I just wanted to chip in just to portray more. Now you just made mention of just because of a mail. Okay, just because of a mail. And now, but other footballer might say, oh, okay, well, that guy is because of this, is because of that. Now, get it straight. I'm not saying that doesn't play a very big factor. It does. We know it does. But have you opened yourself out to more opportunities out there? Please,
Exactly.
I'm hearing you.
You need to open yourself to channel of opportunities so that when they come your way, if you have a choice to pick.
Okay.
You have the streams of choices to pick from them.
Exactly.
So putting yourself out there, getting that opportunity is not like comes at a platter of gold. You might feel I'm a Lapo baby, Nepo baby is getting it easier. That Nepo baby, if he tells you the pressure is passing through,
wow, you might not be able to stand it. And that was what you made me sure. And when you talk about in terms of running at that particular pace of capacity, do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, so at that particular pace of capacity. So you giving £250,000, how do you know? What is your structure? Do you know how to manage this, or you're going to be to manage it? Do you have that capacity to know that, okay, this money is meant for more creation of more funds, or you just feel like, oh, this is the end of it all?
That's true.
That mindset, that belief, that knowledge, it needs to be there, and that wisdom to apply to it.
Okay. Now, thank you very much. You've said fantastically well. Okay. So what I want to ask right now is SMEs out there, cutting across all industries, okay, of SMEs out there. How do you feel, or how do you think SMEs out there can literally position themselves for opportunities? Like, a lot of SMEs feels like, the opportunities are not really there. Okay. So what would you say, okay, this is how SMEs brand can literally position themselves?
As an SME brand, the first thing I'll tell you as an SME brand is consistency and value creation brings about opportunity. Secondly, you need to put yourself out there. No matter what you do, as an SME brand, put yourself out there.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, consistency and putting yourself out there.
Consistency and putting yourself out there.
It's so important. It's so important for you to be consistent. Like going over. And there's another thing that consistency helps, okay? It helps you to genuinely see the opportunities that are out there. When you are consistent in something, it genuinely opens you up to ideas. It genuinely opens you up to avenue for you to be able to capitalize around opportunities that you have.
I'm sorry to cut you there, but sometimes most people find it difficult to follow this path of consistency, because consistency is boring. Just telling you that, okay, this is what you have to be doing every day to just be great at what you say you want to do.
Exactly. It becomes boring.
It's boring. It's not
exciting.
Yeah, it has no adventures in it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between you who is someone who is consistent, and someone who just gets motivated.
Exactly.
So you who is motivated, he knows that if he start this thing, the fire can get kick started, it can ignite him, but in the long run, he's going to burn out.
Yeah.
But if someone who is consistent knows that, okay, this thing I've started is no procrastination.
Yes.
I have to keep up with it.
Yeah.
There's time to it. I have dedicated to it. I'm giving it this time to live with me. And this is what I'm going to do to keep this thing going. And along the line, you see that you fall in love with what you're doing, and you really love keeping it to pace and keeping it
and
to
opportunities open up.
Of course, more opportunities, channel of opportunities is flowing. Exactly. And what you have your way.
Yeah, that's true. For me, actually, I'm not going to deny the fact, okay, like that getting opportunities is not an easy thing per se, depending on where you are on the hierarchy or structure. Okay, it's not an easy thing, but one thing that I've always stand out is persistence. Like, there's no business you want to grow into today. You need to understand the business. And if you're just like you rightly said, consistency, if you're consistent with that particular business to really know the trade, you will find opportunities that are out there. But here's now the painful truth. Sometimes you might not be able to access those opportunities because those opportunities are out there. Okay. And you can't really access it. But then you see somebody else that you feel like, okay, I think I know a certain level of grade more than this. That person could easily access that opportunity. I know sometimes it's kind of really, really, but at the end of the day, it's just the pyramid. It's the pyramid of where the whole thing is right now. So you just need to, because now one thing you need to understand, that hole is already opened. This is not the time for you to be compared to say, okay, do you know my business has started for years? No. You can do as much as you want to do. Okay. And as much as opportunity provides for you to do. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So
Yeah.
there shouldn't be any comparison or
No,
do you understand what I'm trying to say?
This comparison now as something that has brought every business down to their to their bank shores. It has
Yeah.
brought every business down to some businesses, majority even down to their collapse. Because you don't even tend to align your strength with your opportunities. Most business tend to forget what the SWOT analysis, which is talking about the strength, the weakness, the opportunities, and the threat.
Yeah.
It is necessary that you face all these things. You can't escape it. Do you get me? But every smart business owners knows that, okay, I need to align my strength, maximize my strength to my opportunities. So because when I have these two combined in full force, I get to control the market.
Exactly.
So I wouldn't say I'm not focusing on my weakness. Exactly. I'm trying to minimize my weakness. Exactly. So that I will have lesser threats. Exactly. But I'm trained. But in all honesty, what a smart businessman does is they maximize their strengths in order to get more opportunities in the open market.
Exactly. So now talking about what you just said now, okay, it's vital for every businessman to know this. We've talked about change the other time, and now you're talking about understanding your SWOT analysis and all. These are some of the things like business owner, SMA brands, they don't really follow up on. They need, whether you're MSME or SMEs, you have to follow up on these things. You have to follow up on these things so that you be able to access those opportunities that are out there. But in any case, and we're going to be talking more about these opportunities and how SMEs can actually position themselves for opportunities when we come back. We're back, and
we're back, and we were talking about
getting those opportunities and everything,
and how SMEs can get opportunities.
Exactly.
So how do SMEs get the opportunities, and how can opportunities be created for SMEs?
So what I wanted to ask now is, we're talking about creating and getting opportunities all this while. Do you think the rich people, okay, they created their opportunities, or they had to get their opportunities, or got a platform? Don't you feel getting the platform, okay, is also them creating their own opportunities? Or what do you think?
In my own thoughts, I would say rich people. You saying rich people, like
do you think they get opportunities or they create opportunities?
Yeah, I would say they do both.
Okay.
They do both, but because of how they are being brought up, the so-called nepotism, their nepotism doesn't mean that they shouldn't pass through what you also pass through, you that feel you're not privileged. It might just be in a different kind of thing. Although there are favors, there are different kind of privileges to it. But the fact that there are majority of them have this platform created for them already, for them to just swim on, for them to explore on. Why some will want to create another platform regardless of a platform created. Exactly. Then in the future they might amalgamate it together. We don't know yet, but some will have a platform where they can swim on, a foundational platform that has been created. So rich people, I'll say they do both. They both create their opportunities and they both get opportunities. But majority of the people see it like getting it, they get the opportunities. You won't be able to compare someone who is having loads of stack of cash to give in to play in. You get my point. So someone who really wants to play with passion without putting loads of cash. There's something different to it.
Okay, so before we went on the break, you were saying something about, I think you were telling me something about purchasing power and how rich people can use that to their best of advantage. Okay, and that purchasing power can help them to create more opportunities because they have more purchasing power. Do you think that because the rich people have more purchasing power, they tend to create more opportunities for themselves?
You see this purchasing power of a thing, I do say it in every Nigerian. It's something that every Nigerian can experience. It's just how the society is. Purchasing power is you experiencing a basic standard of living. Not saying things that are basic, things that are normal as luxury. When you don't see things that are normal as luxury, then you're at that level of, you're at that average level of standard of living that is okay. And on that note, you can bring in your idealism, your ideas into the game of whatsoever industry you're in. You can bring in your ideas in it, and at that moment of time now, you already are above. You're already above the fact of thinking to just three aspects: clothing, food, and shelter.
Okay, so
at that time now, your thinking is on an elevating ground of exploring, innovating, creating, developing.
You don't feel like opportunities are scarce out there. You feel like if any individual or any business person putting his work in this particular field and focus specifically, and he's consistent on that his particular field,
you see,
then he can get a good result.
Yeah, you see, I don't want to quote you there. You see, opportunities, I won't say opportunities are not centered, and I will say they are centered. But one thing I know for opportunities is that opportunities will come your way when you create it. Either you are being given it so, or you create it. Yes. There are little things you do as a human being, as a business entrepreneur, that create opportunities for you to grow, opportunities for you to fly. In as much as you're waking up daily, you're sleeping, you're waking up, you are putting food in your mouth. There are little things you do to your business that creates opportunities for you. What matters is, are you taking cognizance, recognition of those things?
Okay, so things like what? Things like what can be done?
It could be attending to meals. It could be looking into attending to that abandoned webinar or that abandoned event you should have gone to broadcast yourself.
Exactly.
It could be putting up an alternation on the internet for students that you want to just teach in handcraft works.
Yes.
Because our SMEs and MSMEs people and those in handcraft works have a lot of things to impute in our GDP.
That's true.
You get my point?
That's
so
true.
When the government don't create these opportunities for them, they can create it themselves because they are entrepreneurs. So you as an entrepreneur, you create opportunities yourself. You tend to focus on how you expand the opportunities created. You're consistent with what you do. You give value out there. And because when you give value, you expect value back in return.
Yes, but now you just made mention of government creating opportunities, right? We're talking about getting opportunities and rich people getting better platform. Okay, so yeah, maybe for you that you're trying to create such opportunities, you might be doing it yourself. But for the rich person, he's also creating an opportunity for his kid or whoever. He's also creating an opportunity. Okay, I just want to cite an example on the last new book. He talked about the reason why he bought his kid's Ferrari. And he said, the reason why I wanted to get these things for my kids was because I looked into the field that they are doing. What are they doing in that particular field? They're into creativity, okay? So I understand the power of branding. So what did I do? I decided to brand them, give them because perception, business is all about perception as well. Perception also goes into business. So he decided to create a brand structure, and that's one of the main reasons, according to him in his book, was the reason why he bought those cars for his daughters. Now, you look at that particular ideology now. He's trying to create create a platform, in terms of branding, okay? Oh, you say, it's because your dad is there. That was the reason he could give such an opportunity. But when you look at, like I said earlier, the structure that where you are also, you too, you've also maybe benefited one way or the other. It might not be in that kind of capacity. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, we got
so
this.
It's always a two-way thing. That's what I'm trying to say. It all just depends on the structure of where you are being given a platform, or who is giving you a platform. Okay. So that is also another aspect of it.
Yeah, I get it, and I agree with you totally, because creating and getting opportunities is something like you just made mention of it now. The way you got they rebranded themselves with cars, with that media lifestyle, because media comes with entertainment and the physique,
exactly, the lifestyle and all,
the paparazzi and things like that.
Exactly.
So it also applies in small business owners. You might not have that platform, might not have that platform of luxury, but there is a basic thing you have the platform that you just have to focus on.
Exactly.
You just have to be consistent with. You have to link in with your business. You have to link in with
You need to understand it properly.
Yeah, you have to understand
and fish out the opportunities around there.
Exactly. And then when you're able to create more opportunities, you will get opportunities as well. You know, when you give value,
value comes back.
When you give value comes. In fact, when you give value tends to open doors you don't know that exist.
Exactly.
So, you know, giving value to the society just open doors you really don't know that existed.
Exactly.
So that's it. So you have to get your opportunities created, and you can also get your opportunities done. Because opportunities don't come at the fingertips. No, you have to work. You have to create it. Then you catch on with it.
Exactly. So, for me, I feel like creating opportunities and getting it, it's all the same. The same in the sense that I feel for a great large extent, you can't get an opportunity that you've not worked for. Now, I've always said this and I've always maintained it. Like, I don't want to know how you got it. In terms of what I mean, I don't want to know it. In terms that it comes down from your tree. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's always based down on the structure. But the most important thing now is, what are you able to do with that opportunities? Because that first baseline opportunity that you have to show an input to show that, okay, yeah, I can actually handle this. Like what you talked about in terms of capacity. I can actually handle this. Okay, for you to get more opportunities. So for business owners right now that are looking at their businesses and they say, okay, what opportunities are out there for me to explore? There are so much opportunities for you to explore. There are so much aspects for you to look into your business and see how you can restructure.
Of course.
So I just want to say, like, we know present right now how farming is in the country and all. Like, for a farmer out there, because it's crazy. A young an SME person that is going into farming and saying, okay, how do I structure? Okay, you talked about putting a lot of structure into this and everything. How do they begin to, like, put a structure into their business?
You know, in the agricultural sector of things, putting a structure to your business to get opportunities. Like you said, you have to create opportunities. You have to be consistent with what you do. You know, most of these things comes with due to the, don't let me use the word calamity going on in
yes, but at the same time, I feel,
you know,
at the same time, I feel like lack of documentation. Okay,
lack of
documentation.
Yeah, you know,
because this farmer, yeah, exactly,
and not holding the rightful authorities accountable. You know, but as an SME, as an entrepreneur that you are, you have to survive more like a lone wolf. Even though you don't want to be a lone wolf, you have to survive more like a lone wolf. You have to get it on going, because the idea, the business, the idea and the power behind the idea, the ferocious vision behind the idea needs to keep going on. It needs to keep floating. It needs to keep swimming on the river. Do you feel me? So, as a person that would really want to get opportunities created, get their opportunities for themselves. Do you get me? You put things in a place, you put things in order. You don't want to make things feel so messy.
I want to ask you a direct question right now. Okay. Would you love to have getting platforms for maybe to follow up with your craft, or would you prefer to getting platforms, or rather creating your own personal platform?
So you mean like having a platform? Like,
yes, like getting your own platform, like being given a platform, like, okay, take this your platform, just follow through on it. You don't need to stress yourself. Oh, we've already.
You know, this is so interesting. Why? Of course, I would want to get my platform. Of course, and
you prefer a platform being given to you.
Of course. Just as much as I prefer a platform being given to me, I prefer a platform also being created.
Okay.
Do you get me? Because a platform being given also can lead to learning. It can lead to a lot of things. It can lead to you getting the big gig. Okay. But whatsoever steps you take in life, it's a learning curve. Do you get my point? Whatsoever step you take in life, it's a learning curve. So you don't neglect every lessons you take. It gets some points when you're a child, you speak like a child. But when you're an adult, you talk and put away all childish things.
That's Apostle Paul.
Yeah. That's how it's
okay. Yeah, exactly.
Put away childish things. So
exactly,
they'll get to a point where you would want
to level up in that particular platform.
Yeah. So just as much as you want that platform to be given, you would also want to create it. You know, creating a platform and I said creating an opportunity and getting an opportunity, like you said they feel they are the same thing. Yeah, but don't you think they are intertwined with different similarities?
Okay. Like, give me an example.
Okay, take for instance now, someone who is into a baking business.
Yeah.
They get my point. It bakes cakes. You do all these pleasantries foods and they deliver it. So that person now just said, okay, let me put it on myself that I'm going to be teaching a group of people live on YouTube. I'm putting it out there. I'll teach you how to bake in 9 days. I'll teach you how to bake a cake in 90 days. I can teach you how to do, a lot of things like that. They started doing it. This platform can create a lot of goodwills for you. You can create a lot of referrals for you. And you can get some big gigs of contracts of supplying to events for small shops, for things like that. These are how businesses and small shops, these are how they get their gigs. You can apply this alternate lessons.
Create opportunities.
Yes, and create that part now. You've just given opportunity. Not, you think you're just giving, like you're creating opportunity. Yeah, but you're also giving out opportunity by getting opportunity. You're giving out opportunity to someone who has interest in baking, but might not have the fee to learn it physically. So online, you told him, get this material, I'm going to teach you online. Because you can get this material, you can learn from me online.
Yes.
At that moment now,
yes, you're giving
out opportunities while you're also getting opportunities.
That an opportunity that you're getting, I probably might not even know that I'm actually opening doors for such opportunities.
Exactly. You might not know you're actually opening and expanding doors for such opportunities.
That's cool. Opportunities are important in our life. Okay. And it's a journey that we always follow through. And as a business, you need opportunities to thrive. You need opportunities to grow, especially when you are a startup business. You really need opportunities. But the thing and the real fact is, no matter how it might sound, no matter how much opportunity is given, you definitely need to create opportunities. So as a business owner, you need to look at how you can create opportunities, to make your business thrive. Just like you rightly said, tons of mail is being sent. I've given also examples of friends that have taken an opportunity on themselves, and that space where they're taking opportunity on themselves, that means improving themselves, so as they can improve their business.
Yes.
Yeah. Being able to also open channels where opportunities was created both for them, and they also used through those channels to have also gotten opportunities. Yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, that's it on getting and creating opportunities. So for me, I would say as an SME, as an entrepreneur that wants their product to be out there, I would say that what I would advise to do is for you to get an opportunity, you have to create opportunity as well.
Yeah.
And how can you create opportunities? You have to be consistent and you have to give value. You have to recognize opportunity. And when you recognize opportunity, you seize that opportunity. And what do you do next is you have to maximize opportunity. So when you maximize these opportunities that comes your way, how you tend to maximize these opportunities depends on the structures and policies you put in place for your business and for your personal self.
To grow. And it's just crazy that there are a lot of people that know how to maximize opportunities. There are so much people that see opportunities and they want to take a full advantage of it. While there are some people that see opportunity coming around and they are not able to take it. Now, opportunities on this aspect talks about how you can improve. Like, there's so much ways to see, okay, this is the way I can improve my brand, and they are going for it and they try it and they make sure that it works. And while some, they just see the way they say, this might not really
Paul,
work.
let me quickly share a story with you. On these opportunities of maximization, I was having a discussion with a friend of mine someday. He happened to work in a bank and the headquarters of the bank. He's someone in finance, and he's someone in finance who has been trying. He has this idea that he wants to present out there, and he feels, okay, if I can give it out to this executive director, this ED, and this person, they can take it. Would you know that there was a day that he went out for lunch? Unfortunately, while he was going, unfortunately for him, while he was going back, and he he was in the lift with the ED at that time, but he didn't recognize the ED. You know, he saw the opportunity, but he couldn't maximize it.
Exactly.
Yeah, then it got done on him when everything happened, and you know, it's something that happened in a twinkle of a flash.
Yes, exactly.
You know, and probably you've ever been in that situation whereby you feel, oh, this chance I missed is an opportunity that I also have grabbed.
Sorry, who is the ED though? The ED the guy missed.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
Why?
But
Would
he missed his name, Mr. Tony.
Oh, Tony.
Yeah, Mr. Tony.
Oh, okay.
That was the
Tony,
chairman of the chairman of UBA.
The chairman of UBA.
Yeah, he
oh, okay. Wow. Well, on that aspect, maybe you might not want to.
Yeah, some opportunities might be something that you're not prepared for at that time.
Okay.
Do you get my point? It might come, but you might not be prepared for it.
Exactly.
So, but then it will reoccur because that's the universe.
Yes.
When you keep doing something and you keep doing something, the universe will make it reoccur. But when it reoccurs, what have you put in place? How have you been able to checkmate yourself with that opportunity again? What are you bringing down to the table? So how do you tend to place yourself? How do you tend to attack it?
Exactly.
How do you tend to go for it? How do you tend to seize the opportunity and grab it?
Oof. So, here's the thing. Yeah, as a business owner, you need to be able, and that's where we talked about change the other time. You need to be able to position your business for opportunities. You need to be able to capitalize on opportunities out there. Like the SME companies brand now, they should be getting to know, okay, what can I use to grow my business? What opportunities out there that I can capture on? I know it's not easy, but we just need to try and keep on looking for better ways to create more opportunities for us.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Stay tuned, stay connected, and we are getting in touch with you. So don't stop watching, don't stop subscribing, follow up with the channel, click on the like button and share. We are here for you guys.
So cool. All right, now until we see you again.
Yeah,
enjoy your day.
Take care, guys.
Yeah.
See you next time.